So guys, first in a series of what I like to call retro recommendations. Won't be a review. I'm not going to review. I'm not going to pick it apart or give you commentary. That's great, but I'm going to just recommend it to you. And it's Merlin 1998 miniseries starring Sam Neill, Helena Bonham Carter, John Gielgud, Rutger Hauer, Miranda Richardson, Isabella Rossellini, and the great Martin Short. In fact, Martin Short plays the great little assistant to Queen Mab, the evil Queen Mab. So funny, so comic, but also really good dramatic performance. He's excellent. In fact, it might be the best. I mean, because Martin Short is, of course, known for his comedy, his clownishness. I love Jiminy Glick, one of my favorites, but he does some really good drama. So, why should you watch? Why am I recommending it? Okay, well, I saw it back in the day, 1998. I waited for it. That was the era, the time of the miniseries that you had to actually watch on television and wait for it. Now, we had VCRs back then, right? And we even had TiVos, if I recall. So you could tape it, you could record it, but you pretty much had to be there, or certainly if it was that exciting and if it was that wow, you were there, and I remember waiting bated breath to watch. So it's, once again, the King Arthur, the Arthurian legend, and Merlin, but it's much more focused on Merlin. Now, it's not the first movie, a production that's a little bit maybe more focused on Merlin, but certainly the most, I think, focused on him. And Sam Neill plays him. It's awesome. It's just so great. In fact, one of the things that was really beautiful is the really inception, you could say, of CGI, digital and computer graphics. And even though it's not overloaded with them, it's liberally used throughout, and they stand up. There's this ongoing debate or conversation, like, why do a lot of special effects, digital computers, look so, maybe not bad, but kind of cheap or rushed? I think because back then, there was only a certain amount of outlets, agencies, companies that could do it. And their stuff was the shit. It was great. ILM, and, there was a handful. Today, everybody can use their MacBook Pro or a server or something to do it. So, but trust me, the effects still look awesome. Now, in terms of the story, because there are some sort of, I guess you call them Arthurian purists, like, Arthurian legend purists. Now, I don't think it's completely accurate. I'm not a scholar, but right in one of the write-ups, it says, despite heavy fantasy elements, this production is partly historically accurate, keeping with the probable origins of the Arthurian legend in sub-Roman Britain. And they go on and on about the costumes and the props and so much so. And this is great. At the time, it achieved a record audience of about 70 million. And that was one of the records for the time. 70 million people were watching. The New York Times described the ratings as magical. Take a look. This is a recommend. There's no other way. I'm rewatching it again. That's why I'm doing the recommendation. I said, let me go rewatch. It's on Peacock. If you got Peacock, I think you can see it on Roku channel as well. Streaming, gorgeous HD print. Treat yourself. Merlin. You'll love it. Tell us what you think. Give us your feedback. Hope you're enjoying. Hope you're subscribing. See you soon.